Today, I want to tell you about a 15-second ritual that happens almost every weekday in my life. It doesn't happen in a boardroom, it doesn't happen at home, it doesn't even happen inside the gym. It happens at a stoplight. You see, most mornings I get up early and I head to the gym. The gym just happens to sit directly across the street from my office. This is a detail that's very important later. Over the past couple of years, I've gotten to know a few regulars at the gym. You know, the kind. You may not plan to work out together, but you keep tabs on each other. You show up at the same time, you nod, you encourage, you notice when someone's not there. And there's one woman in particular who's become my regular gym buddy. Now, she's retired, and I'm not. She's in her early 60s, I'm in my late 30s. We're not exactly in the same season of life. And yet, almost every morning, somehow, we end up walking out of the locker room at the same exact time. We've built inside jokes, routines, that unspoken rhythm that only comes from time spent consistently showing up in the same place together. When we leave the gym, we both turn the same direction, one street light up. I get into the left turn lane to head to work, and she continues straight towards home. But here's the thing. Because of how the lights are timed, we often end up side by side at the next red light. Me in the turn lane and her in the left lane going straight. Well, I usually drive with my windows down because I like the fresh air first thing in the morning. And one morning, she rolled down her window and yelled my name. So I heard her. And we laughed, just sitting at the red light together. She was talking to her sister on the phone, and we only chatted for maybe 10 seconds. The light turned green, she went straight, and I turned left. And just like that, a small tradition was born. Now, whenever we end up at that stoplight together, one of us rolls down the window. Sometimes it's just 10 seconds, sometimes 30. Sometimes it's just have a good day and a wave. It's small, it's simple, it's a bit silly. But one morning, something different happened. I pulled out of the gym first and made it to the turn lane at the stoplight. But the light was green, and I could have gone. But I'm one of those people who watches all the crosswalk countdowns, mainly to see when a light's about to turn yellow. And in this case, I saw it ticking down. 5, 4, 3, and I knew the light was about to turn red. I also could see my gym buddy had just turned the light behind me and was about to come to this next stoplight. There was nobody behind me in the turn lane and nobody trying to get away from where I was at, so I just waited there. I just sat and let the light turn red. She pulled up next to me, already laughing. "Did you seriously just sit through a green light to wait for me?" And I said, "What am I going to do? Get to work 30 seconds earlier and make $2 extra? Or sit here and laugh and make your day?" We talked for just a second. The light turned green, and she went straight, and I turned left. 15 seconds. And yet, I thought about that moment almost the whole day. Because that's what friendship actually looks like. It's not always the big milestones. It's not the birthdays. It's not the dramatic life events. It's these micro moments. It's choosing to wait at the light while it's green, to wait for the red light so you can say hi to your friend who you just saw. It's slowing down or speeding up to match someone else's pace. My gym buddy and I are different ages. We do different workouts, we shower at different speeds, and yet 95% of the time we somehow walk out the door together. That doesn't happen by accident. Friendship takes intention. Everyone says they want good friends, best friends, and community. But real friendship isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in ordinary Tuesdays. It's built in remembering what someone said they were going to do over the weekend and then asking about it on Monday. It's noticing when they're missing. It's knowing when their spouse is sick or when they're stressed. It's inside jokes. It's shared routines. It's at 15-second stoplights. And here's something else. Good friendship, it requires adjustment. Sometimes I slow down, sometimes she speeds up, sometimes vice versa. We meet somewhere in the middle. And we challenge each other too. The best friendships don't just accept you as you are, they care about who you're becoming. They push, they encourage, they call you forward. That kind of friendship doesn't happen overnight. It takes consistency, time, and attention. So here's my challenge for you. If you have someone like that, text them today. Call them. Tell them you're grateful for the routines, the jokes, the years of steady presence. Honor it. Because one day, those 15-second moments will be the ones you remember the most. And if you don't have someone like that, not yet anyways, start building. Don't wait for a best friend to magically appear. Show up somewhere consistently. Invest in someone. Ask questions. Remember answers and maybe match their pace. Wait at a few stoplights if you can. Because in a world that is obsessed with speed and productivity and getting ahead, sometimes the most meaningful thing you can do is to sit through a green light for someone else who matters.